All right, guys, welcome back. Now we made the hat. The hat portion is done. Now we're going to make that black band, the buckle, and then the little clover that goes on the hat. Okay, that's what we're going to be working on. Now we're going to start with black yarn, and we're going to get a hook size a little bit bigger than the one we made the hat with. Okay, all right, so now let's take a look at the directions here. We are going to, let's see, with a larger hook and B as in black, we're going to chain 9, okay? And then, so let's start from there. So let's do our slip stitch, go around your finger twice, pull this yarn over the first yarn, take this first yarn and over the finger. Just pull it tight like so. All right, awesome. So now we have our slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 9. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we chain our 9. All right, now direction says, let's see, row 1, single crochet in the second hook from, or second stitch from the hook, and in each chain across. So we're going to go to the second one, which is here. It's kind of hard to see because it's black right there. We're going to do a single crochet all the way across this chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one here, 8. All right, awesome. Now that we got that, we are going to go to the next row. Next row says chain 1 and then single crochet in each stitch, basically it's in each space, and then turn, and we're going to repeat that until we get the length that we need to cover the hat all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to meet you guys once I get, well, let me go ahead and do it with you once. So we're going to chain 1, so you chain, and then you're going to turn your work over, right? And we're going to, now that chain 1 counts as a stitch, so when you go into the next one, this is count as 2. This is 2, and then you go to the next one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then that last one here, get that corner, 8. And so we're going to repeat that all the way up. You chain 1, turn, and we do it all over again. Again, that chain 1 counts as a stitch, so the next one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You want to make sure you keep counting because you want to make sure you have 8 stitches going across every time, or else your band will start to shrink or get longer, and then it'll look weird. So I will catch you guys once I get this long enough to cover the brim of the hat. Okay. All right, so I did about let's see, I did about 73 rows all the way, and so it came out to a pretty decent size here. We are going to actually make we're going to cut it, but we're going to cut it pretty long so that we can use this to sew it together. But we're going to sew it together at the very end because we still have to make the buckle and the clover. So let's cut this off and we'll pull this through. So here's our little tail. Well, it's not little, our long tail here, and it goes around the hat. So we got that part. I know you can't really see it, but we got that part done. It's too close. All right, well, it doesn't really matter at this point. So now we're going to do the buckle. All right, so we're going to make our slip knot. Okay, and let's see what the directions say here. So it says for the buckle with a smaller hook. So I actually got the hook that I was using to make the actual hat portion, the green portion. I'm using that size hook. All right, and with C is this color. It'll tell you at a different place, like a description of what A, B, and C means, what colors they're actually talking about. All right, so it says chain 30 and then join with a slip stitch in the first chain to form a ring. All right, so let's do that. So we have our slip knot and our hook, and we're going to chain 30. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right. Oh, and I didn't explain what color I'm using. This is red heart, and I'm using gold. That's the color I'm using, gold. But you can use yellow, you can use, you know, anything that can resemble the buckle. Anything, whatever you like, really. There's no wrong answer to that unless you're just doing some weird colors. And even then, if that's what you want to do that. Okay, so we chained 30. And it says to, okay, yeah, slip stitch to the beginning to the first chain. So we got to find our first chain. And we're going to slip stitch it. This tail is going to get in my way, but that's okay. We're going to slip stitch. That means you go through that one and the last one as well. So now you have it going through both loops. Now it says, let's see, slip stitch, forming a ring. Yep. Then round 1, chain 3, and that counts as the first double crochet. So we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. That counts as our first double crochet. Okay. All right. And then it says, this up so you can see. All right, chain 3, and then 2 double crochets in the same stitch as joined. So where we just did the 3 chains, we're gonna go back in there and do a double. So we're gonna go over, go in that same loop and do a double crochet. You're gonna pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm gonna do it again. So you yarn over, go through the stitch, pull through. You should have 3 on the hook. Gonna yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that gives us our 2 double crochet in that same space. Okay, now that we did that, it says, and this is where the star comes in. So from where the star starts and ends, where that is a loop, we're going to continue that. So we're going to do double crochet in the next 6 stitches. So we're going to do a double crochet in the next 6. So let's go around. So this is 1 and this one here. I don't know if you could see it. Actually, go through both. So 1, 2, I'm pulling the yarn because I don't have enough. Okay, so 3. Oh no, it's getting stuck. It's never good. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we did 6 double crochets. Right, now we are going to do 3 double crochet in the next stitch. So we got to do 3 in the next one. So go in here. This is 1 double crochet, and this is 2 double crochet in that same spot there, and then 1 more, 3 in that same spot. 3 double crochets in that same spot. So we got 3 here, 6 individuals, and then 3 again. So let's see what it says to do next. It says 3 in the next. Okay, the double crochet in the next 7. So now we're gonna do 7 of them in a row. Get this yarn going. Okay, all right. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. All right, so we did our 7. So it's starting to try to form something here. Okay, so now that we did the 7, we're going to do 3 double crochet in the next chain. So we're going to do 3. So in here we're going to do 3 double crochet. So this is 1 in that same space, 2, same space, 3. All right, so now we have 3, 6 here, 3, 7 here, 3. All right, now let's see what happens next. All right, then it says repeat. So now we're going to repeat. We're going to do the double crochet in the next 6 chains. So now we're doing 6 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, got that in there. We got 6, and it's coming together. All right, now we are going to do, where are we at? 6. Now we're going to do 3 double crochet in the next chain. So we're putting 3 in there in that same spot in the next loop. So right here, the next one, we're going to put 3. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, and 3. Alrighty, now that we got the 3, it says we are going to do double crochet in the next 7 stitches. So now we're finishing this off here, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so now this is where we're at. Okay, now that we repeated that, we're going to do 3 till here, till that star. So where that says 7 stitches, there's a star right after that. So we have to stop there, right? Because it says to repeat from star to star. Then join with slip stitch to the top of the beginning of chain 3. So we're going to join with the slip stitch at the top of chain 3, which is this chain right here. Slip stitch this to there. Okay. And then it says to fasten off. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, it's kind of looking a little big for my liking as far as a buckle goes. Well, I guess not too bad, huh? You put it against the black, it's not too bad. It came out all right. Okay, so we'll fasten this off. So we're going to, just like with the black, we're going to leave a long tail because we're going to use this tail to stitch it to the black. All right, so long tail, we want to cut that and pull that all the way through. There we go. So now we have it, and we're going to tuck this guy in too, so no worries. You're not going to see that later. So we got the black part done, we got the buckle part done. Now we are going to the clover. All right, so now we're going to do our clover. I'm going to go ahead and make our slip stitch here. and I am using this is called spring green. It is also a red heart yarn. It's a red heart yarn, and it's called spring green. This is what I'm using for the clover. Now you can use, again, whatever color you would like. You can get this on Amazon as well, but I'm using a smaller hook because it's set to use a smaller hook for the clover. So now that we did our slip stitch, slip knot, not slip stitch, we're going to go ahead and chain 4, it says, and then join with a slip stitch to the first chain to make a ring. Okay, so we're going to chain 4. Let's go ahead and do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to slip stitch this to the first ring, right, which means you're just going to pull that yarn through that one and this one, and now we have our little ring here. All right, awesome. So now that we got that, let's take a look and see what we got to do next. It says chain 3, and then in the parentheses it says triple, double, half double crochet, 3 single stitches, half double crochet, double, triple, chain 3, slip stitch. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so we're doing this all inside of this, in this middle part here. This is what we're doing. So with that being said, you're going to chain 3 first. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, and then it says do a triple, which means you're going to yarn over twice, right, over your hook. Then you're going to go into that middle of this, because this is our ring, this is our foundation. So you're going to pull it through the middle here. Ooh, if I can do it right. All right, let's try it again. Go in the middle, pull yarn through. All right, there we go. So now we have, if you can see, 4 on the hook, right? 4 yarn on the hook. Now we're going to yarn over, go through 2. Now we should have 3. We're going to yarn over again, go through 2. That should give us 2. And then we're going to yarn over and go through 2 again. So that's our triple right here. Now we are going to do a double. So we're going to go over, go through that middle part, come through. Now we have 3 on the hook. You're going to yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. That is our double crochet that we just did. Now we're going to do a half double crochet. Let me see, my yarn is starting to get all tangled over here. Okay, so now we're going to yarn over, go through that center right there, and pull through. That gives us 3 on the hook. We're going to yarn over and go through all 3, and that is our half double crochet. Now I know you can, it's hard to see, however I'm tucking this tail in as I go, and we'll cut this off later as well too. So after the half double crochet, it tells us to do a 3 single crochet. So we got to do 3 of those. So we're going to go in here and do 1 again in that middle, 2, and then again in that middle, 3. So now we did a single crochet, 3 single crochets. Right now we are going to do a half double crochet. So we're going to over, go through the middle, that's 3 on the hook, yarn over, pull through all of them. That's a half double crochet. Then we're going to do a double crochet. So go over, go through the middle, we have 3 on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2 again. Okay, now we're going to do a triple. So let's do that. We're going to yarn over, yarn over twice, I'm sorry. So yarn over twice, go through that middle portion, pull through, right? And then that gives us 4 on the hook. Hard to see here, but you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 again, yarn over, pull through 2. That's our triple. And then it says we have to chain 3. Okay, so we're going to chain 3. This is 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to slip stitch this in ring, it says. So we're going to go in the ring, pull through the ring, and pull through that. And this is what we got. All right, so we're gonna do one more. Well, I made another one during the break, but we made one, so you're gonna have to make 3 of these, but I'm gonna show you how to do it one more time, okay? All right, and this might go a little bit faster than the last time because we covered it once, so we're just gonna kind of run through it. Okay, so we're gonna chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch in the first, chain, make our circle. We're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna make a triple crochet. So you go in the middle of that, pull through. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do a double. So you go through here. 1, 2. So there's your double. Then we're gonna do a half double. Go through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Then we're gonna do 3 singles. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing but in the opposite order. So now we're gonna do a half double. So go through, pull through all 3. Then we're gonna do a double. Go here, 1, 2. Then we're gonna do a triple. So yarn over twice. Go through here. 1, 2, 3. It's your triple. And then we're gonna chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch in this middle here. All right, and that is our clover leaf. We're gonna pull through here and cut off the tail so we can make our clover. Now, once you have 3 of these guys, you're gonna have to sew them together to make your clover, your lucky charm. All right, we're gonna have to sew these like this. I don't know if you can see how that forms a... All right, so now we have our 3 clovers. We were trying to figure out how to go ahead and sew them together. And so our instruction says that we need to, so once we have 3 of them, we have to select one of the leaves and make it the centerpiece, which will make this the centerpiece. And then it says that we have to sew the remaining leaves to the center leaf through the 3 single crochet. So the 3 single crochet would be the part of the leaf that's like this, the round part. I don't know, because right here there's no single crochets. This side has the single crochets. So we have to sew them together through to the centerpiece with a single crochet. So basically right here is where it's going to get stitched. Okay, so with that being said, first of all, let's tuck in our small ones, our small guys first, and then we can go from there. That way these guys won't be in our way when we sew them together. All right, so we put them in here. Basically what I do is I just tuck it right back into the little loops that you see here. I tuck it back in. If it's too short like mine is, you just put the needle in first and then you put your yarn through so that you can sew it in there. Sometimes when it's too short. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to sew this into this guy right here. The 3 single crochet. Okay, so we're gonna go through this middle portion so that we can get this guy to come out on this side before we start stitching, because if you don't, then you'll see this big ugly line going over your leaf, and you don't want that. So it's a good teaching point. So yes, I'm just sewing the rest of the leaves together like so. All right, so now we have our clover. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. So basically the rest of these, we're just gonna tuck them in here and cut them off, and we'll go to the next portion of what we have to do. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're actually almost done. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna leave these tails out because I just remembered we're gonna have to actually sew this onto the band part of the hat. So now that we're done with that, let us make this stem. It says with a small hook we're going to join D, which is that light green color, with the slip stitch to the bottom of the center of the leaf. So we're going to take our handy dandy green, light green, spring green, whatever. We're going to make our slip stitch. Make our slip stitch, and we're going to join this to the bottom of our clover. And so it's all connected. So we're just gonna it says the bottom of the clover. I'm gonna make this the bottom of the clover, so we're just going to, I guess, just pick a spot. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're just gonna pick a spot and we're gonna slip stitch this guy. And so it's got to go through the material, which I'm having problems, and through your slip stitch or slip knot. All right, now that we've done that, it says we have to chain 11. So now that we did that, let's chain 11. So 1. Oh, what's going on here? Oh. Okay, let me get the right one here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then it says we need to slip stitch in the second stitch, or the second chain from the hook, and in each chain across. So we're going to slip stitch it all the way across, which is going to be interesting. Let's turn our, let's turn our earthquake, our yarn over, our project over. And we're going to go into the second, and we're going to slip stitch. So pull through here, pull through the loop, and do it again. Go in, pull through here, pull through the loop. And we're going to go all the way down to the beginning of this chain. Go in, pull through here, pull through, oop, I might need to keep that, through the loop. There we go. Pull through here, through the loop, here, loop, here, loop, all the way till we get to the top of this chain. Awesome. So we made it to the top. Now direction says we need to fasten off. Now I don't like the way this is kind of jiggling here, so I'm gonna attach it to the actual clover. I'm gonna slip stitch it to the clover so that it is more, it is stable. That's even the way you say it. It's there we go. So it's more stable. We'll pull this through, and that is our clover. And we got our clover, which is awesome. So now everything is done. We just have to sew everything together. So let me get everything together. So we have our band, we have our buckle, we have our clover. We have to sew these on. Now the buckle is pretty simple. We just want to put it in the middle of the band, right? So let's get our handy dandy needle. We're gonna sew in the small tail first. So let's do that. So we're just gonna go in here and just kind of go in between the yarn fabric particles, whatever you want to call it. You want to go in between the actual thing. So there we go. And then we'll just cut that extra off. All right, awesome. So now we're going to take this longer one and we're going to sew that onto the actual band here. Okay, so we want to go ahead and Get our needle. Okay. And because this band is going to be on the actual hat, I don't like to see it on the back, but you can. It's not going to hurt if you see the yarn in the back, because we're not going to see the back side of this band at all, because it's going to be around the hat itself. So with that being said, I'm kind of being reckless and I'm going through the actual band. I can't really tell that bad. It's still there, but it'll be all right. Okay, so go ahead and go through the band. And I'm going through the outside of the band because I think once you have the outside stable, the inside is going to kind of just be there. So that's what I'm doing. Sewing it on the outside here. Now that we got to that side, this buckle kind of goes over the band. There's no band on the top or the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross over in the back side here and sew it from the back for the other side corner, if that makes sense. So we're going to go over here now. And this is why you want a long tail, because you want to be able to do that. And you see how it kind of shapes it off like that? That's what we're looking for. So we're going to do that. And sew this in here. And it's kind of let me make sure this is not too tight here. So if I pull on it, it's not gonna, there we go. All right. So we're just sewing the corners at this point. There's no wrong way of doing this. They're not gonna see the back of the band. You just gotta make sure it's steady. Okay, we're almost done with the buckle portion. And so there we go. All right, so now that we got this done, we're going to go ahead and kind of fasten this off. We're going to go ahead and tie this off. You don't have to do it this way. You can just tie off however you know how. I kind of do it the way you do it when you knitting anything, or not knitting, I'm sorry, sewing. That's how you kind of fasten off when you're sewing with needle and thread. It's kind of what I do. So I'm just going to go through here once, and then I'm going to cut this excess off. And that, my friend, is the buckle portion on the band. All right, so now we're going to put our clover on this band. Okay, we want it on the side. I think I'm going to do this portion last. We're going to put this buckle band thingy on the hat. And so that will be the next thing we're going to do. All right, so now that we got the band part done, I'm just putting it around the hat, and we're gonna sew the back together. Again, this is why we did the long tail. So we're gonna have to go ahead and get our needle and sew this band in the back. Uh-oh. I don't think I did that right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now basically you could sew it while you have it on the hat. I'm gonna get it started outside first, so it's easier to sew it. Okay, yeah, get it done this way first. Just a couple stitches. You want to sew it. You could do it this way, or you could just have it on your hat already, whichever one is easier for you. There's no wrong answers, like I said. So you're gonna put this guy back on your hat. Okay, now we're just gonna sew this together. Okay, I'm gonna tell it sideways, and here we go. And the other tail, as you can see, I'm just kind of tucking it in as I go in between here. Yeah, if you want to tuck it in elsewhere, you can do that as well, but nobody's really going to be able to see that anyway. So, seems a little off, doesn't it? Good thing about this is it's the back of the actual work, so nobody's going to really be able to tell but you. If you are a particular person like I am, this is going to bother you to your core. But if you're not, hey, you made a hat. It doesn't even matter. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tuck this guy in here, fasten off, and cut. All right. And we'll just cut this extra piece off. Oop, come on now, work with me. Okay, so now we got the buckle on the hat and the band and blah, blah, blah. Okay, now that we got that done, we got our handy dandy clover. You can tell I watch Blue's Clues. Okay, so we're gonna put this guy on the side of the hat. So we need our needle again. So I'll grab our needle, and again, there is no wrong way to do this. You just want to sew it onto the hat. Try to make it neat. You want to sew into the same color so you can't tell where you sew. And you want to tuck this tail, or not what it's not even a tail. What am I saying? The stem. You want to make it round and to the side. You can do it this way, or you can do it this way. It doesn't matter. Whatever you prefer. Just want it to curl like so. Okay, now again, people are not going to be looking at the inside of the hat, so you can sew this all the way through. I would prefer to sew it actually, let me see, which way do I want this? This way? This way? Yeah, I'll say this way. You can go through here, the hat. People are not going to see it. I don't like to see it, so I try to go through in between the yarn fabric of the hat without going through the whole hat. And the reason why I have all of these things here not tucked in is because I'm going to use them to sew this guy onto the hat. Alright, so we got that. And I'm going to make it come back out this way. There we go. I'll have to cut that off later. It shouldn't be this hard to get this in here. Okay. So just tuck in this guy and yep, as we go. There we go. So you start to see how it's attached to the hat. And again, I'm not going through the whole entire hat. I'm kind of filling with my finger and going. As you can see, it's not showing. Oh, there is showing one a little bit, but it's not showing majority of the stitching there, or the sewing, I should say. Okay. Alrighty. So we got these two guys that I need to fasten off here. We got the tail. This is a little too short. Let's use this guy then. just gonna, and this one should be easier. You don't even have to go through much of anything, just the black portion of the hat. And yeah, just kind of have it curve to the side here. I'm going to bring this back this way since we're just sewing it. Alright, so we're just going to start cutting these extra ones I know we don't need. Alright. Okay. And the last but not least, we got to do this little portion with this guy here. And our hat is complete after that. Okay, I'm kind of flip it around so I could get the best grip on it. Okay, this is the last few stitches here. Through the hat, there we go. All right, let's cut this little portion off. All right, and our top hat is complete. That's it, all done. Again, if you like the video, basically, you know, just say that you like it, subscribe to my channel. If you want to see different things being made, or you want to know how to make different things, put a comment down there and I'll definitely go ahead and put a pattern together for you, and we can learn how to make that as well. But thank you for joining Patami Crochet and Designs. Have an awesome day or night or wherever you are, and please subscribe. All right, bye.